What's up guys, this is Michinmay, you're watching Tech Fork. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I will be explaining all about the camera features in Poco X2's camera UI, or you can call it camera modes explain video. Before starting this video, let me tell you that Poco X2 has got some seriously good camera features loaded which more expensive phones do not offer. With hardware, software, camera UI and image processing does play an important role to make image look superior, and Poco X2 has covered all of them. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. So when you start the camera app, it will be by default on photo mode. So let me start by explaining all the modes one by one. As you can see, there are three controls just above the photo option, which are to change the lens to main and wide angle perspective. It has a zoom option, but this phone does not have a telephoto camera, so it will be a digital zoom. Moving to the top, there are a bunch of options. Let's start from left side. First option is to control the flash. Then next option is to turn on HDR mode on or off. Then next option is for AI, means the camera will try to enhance the photo by artificial intelligence. The flower icon represents the macro mode by which you can shift to the macro camera. Then next option is to add beauty effects and filters to your photos, and in the beauty option you get a makeup kit inbuilt from which you can increase the beautification of each and every part of your body, and filters to sabko pata hi hai. Then heading to the last option, here you have a bunch of more options clumped in, like you can change the camera frame, set timer, tilt shift option to make some part of photos blurred out, then grid, Google Lens, and then strengthen option, which is important for videographers like me. Heading to the settings option, they are highly customizable options to make the camera performance according to your taste. So first is for watermark. You can add the default mark and custom watermark as well. The next option is to notify you about the orientation of the camera. Next option is to correct the distortion in ultra wide angle shots, which is pretty good and works. Next option is kinda similar, well it corrects the face of person on the edge while taking selfie rather than distorting it. Next option is to set the picture quality. I would recommend to set it at high to get the best quality of photos. After this, there are some quick settings like save previous mode, means it remembers the camera option that you opened previously, and after reopening camera you will be directly landed on that mode. The next option is to remap the volume button to some features like zoom or make it a shutter button. Next option is to focus and shoot. Basically, when you will manually tap to focus, it would focus the object, and then by again tapping it will act as a shutter button. Next option is again to remap the option by continuously pressing the shutter button, whether it should take burst shot or focus on the object. And then there is scan QR code option, which scans QR code in photo mode by rear camera only. After this, there are some general settings available like save location info, camera sound, which is really satisfying, anti-banding, save to SD card, privacy and restore default setting option. Well, as you saw that only photo mode and setting option has a ton of feature, means the camera UI has a ton of useful feature as well. Now the thing which I like in MIUI camera app is how well organized it is. Means on right hand side there are all photography modes, and on left hand side there are all video modes. We will start with the photo mode. So after swiping right from the main photo mode, there is 64MP mode, which gives you the full 64 megapixel photos, which are really sharp and clear, though the size is really big. I have given the 64 megapixel mode samples in my unboxing and full review video, which I will be giving in the card popping right up here. Then there are some options on the top, like middle one is to change filter, right one is to access timer, grid and settings, and left one is to turn on or off flash. Now we all know that what portrait mode is for. But this portrait mode has some functions which are just mind blowing. Let's start with option which is just right up from the portrait icon. This option is to adjust the shutter speed and depth effect to make the blur effect according to your liking. Then right side option is again for beautification and filters, and left side icon is to click portrait shot in various cool effects like black and white photos with reflection, color splashes like this one. It's really cool feature and you can add this effect after clicking the picture as well. At the top again, as you can see, there are various options. The middle option is to click portrait image in more cinematic way. I have tested this feature and had posted a picture on my Instagram. So yeah, you can check that out there. Also do follow me over there. Left side option is again to turn AI mode on or off, and right side option is again to change camera frames, grids, etc. Now night mode is really common feature in every single phone, and Poco X2 is not an exception. It has got a really great sensor which can click some insanely good photos at night. I have given some of the samples in my full review, so check them out. Next mode is panorama mode, which is useful for some people or help in taking long photos, but now there are ultra wide angle cameras available, so no one really uses panorama mode. But yeah, it's there and you can make some really crazy photos out of it. And last mode available is Pro mode, which is common in every phone, but it's not a normal Pro mode in this phone. It's really good and feature rich. Let me start by explaining all the normal Pro mode features from left side. The first option is to change the white balance to make photo look good colored. There are various options available in it. Next is autofocus, which is used to manually focus a object or subject ranging from 10 to 100. Next option is of shutter speed, which is used to control the light coming into camera lens ranging from 1/1000th of a second to 32 seconds, which is good. Next option is to control ISO, means brightness in the image. Next option is to control EV, means again controlling light, and then the thing which I like the most is availability of using all the three cameras in Pro mode, means you can use ultra wide angle camera and macro camera to click images in Pro mode, which is really good, and maximum shutter speed available in macro camera option is of 1/4th second, which is again a good thing. Moving to the top, there are a bunch of extra options available. Let's start from left side. First option is to control flash. The next option is to set metering. There are three options available. And next option is 64 megapixel mode. Means you can click high quality images in Pro mode as well, which is really good. Now next option is to check the focus and exposure in image, by which you can check that where the camera is focusing and where exposure is well managed, which is good for people who wants full control of camera like a DSLR. Then next option is for filters, and last one has a bunch of same options as in previous modes, but there is a mode which is very good for people who wants to edit the image after clicking the picture. That is raw mode. Basically, if you enable this mode, the camera will capture a raw image so that you can deeply edit the image and get most out of it. This feature is really useful for smartphone photography enthusiasts like me. After photo mode, there are a ton of options or mode for video as well. Let's start with basic video mode first. As you can see, like photos, you have option for using all the lenses in video mode as well. You can record videos in ultra wide angle camera as well, and not only ultra wide angle camera, it can record videos in macro camera as well, which is insane. With that said, let's see the options available on the top corner. Starting from left, there is flash option. After that, here is a really good and unique feature, video tracking option. Means you can take a video of a moving object without moving your phone. This feature is not perfect, but it works really well. I will try to give a sample for it. Then next mode is again a unique mode which is called vlog mode, by which you can shoot some really cinematic short videos and this will edit it by itself. You do not need to edit the video. They will just ask you to shoot whatever you want in 5 to 6 parts and it will edit itself. Here is a sample for it. Then next is macro video mode and again a beauty mode, which is insane. Means you can get option to beautify your face while recording a video as well. Then moving to the final option in which you get some additional features. First is setting, which is same as photo mode. Then there is option to change the quality and frame rate of the video. Maximum is 4K 30 fps, then 1080p 60 and 30 fps, and then 720p at 30 fps. Then there is option for time lapse, then grid option and strengthen, which is useful for me. Now let's take a look at next mode. Next option is to shoot short videos of 15 seconds. You can shoot them in ultra wide and regular camera. Looking at left side of lens switch button, there is option to add some emojis and retro filter, which looks really good, and you can download some more filters as well. Then on right side there are two options. The bottom one is to add beautification options and normal filters, and the upper option is to change the speed of videos to fast or slow. Looking at the options on the top, starting from left, first one is flash option. Next one is to add music to the short videos, and then last one is settings option to change the time lapse interval and video encoder. बाकी सब कुछ सेम ही तो है. And then last one is to record slow motion videos. Now at the top there are again three options. First is flash, then next is FPS option, which has 120 fps, 240 fps and 960 fps option. To get the best slow motion video, I would recommend to use 240 fps. And then there is combined option of grid, quality is constant at 720p and settings option. Now I shoot all of my videos with my phone, and availability of this much video modes is an added advantage for me, and they are functional as well. So yeah, these were all the features and options available in Poco X2's camera UI. I know this video is a little longer than usual, so do let me know in the comment section below that do you like these kind of longer videos. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next one.